Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for TOROCast. Star Wars: The Old Republic's longest-running fan podcast. I had to stop and think about what I was doing there for a second. I almost went on with a whole different intro. All the shows are the same. All the shows. I am Road, the massively confused. And joining me today, we have Mae. Hi, Mae.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's early.
It is early. For you, not for us. And also joining us today is Brian. Brian, what's up?
Hi, I'm finally back.
You are back.
I'm done being busy. Well, not really, but we can say I am.
And joining us today is also Russell. Hey, Russell's back too. Everyone's back.
Yes, I'm also, my busyness has gone down a bit, hopefully. I hope. It has been just, oh my god. Pain in the butt.
Really?
Yes, really. Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah. Work soaked up a heck of a lot of time, and well, hey.
It's exactly what you deserve. And also joining us today is TOROCast's new mascot, Maverick. You think we can get him to speak up? Or did
No,
run
he ran away. Yeah.
No. I have that effect on people and cats, apparently.
Yeah.
So.
Such
Once
a pussy.
Once I put his food out, then he was like, "Oh, you're dead to me."
Yeah. Alright, so anyway, it's been, it's actually been a while since we've done a full TOROcast. Several hard modes in between. So, what
Were
have
there
we all
empty
been...
TOROcasts?
Do what?
Were there empty TOROcasts?
There
Their
weren't
soul
any.
was empty.
Well, that's kind of how I feel all the time, but, it is.
I'm done interrupting, I promise.
It's TOROcast, man. What more would we do here?
Exactly.
So let's go ahead and get into what everyone's been doing the last several weeks or month or however long it's been since someone's shown up. So let's go ahead and start with Russell, since you've been the longest away.
Oh god. Other than a hell of a lot of work.
You stop doing that.
Yeah, it just soaked up too much time. But, it's calming back down, and I'm finally getting some gaming back in. Last night, I ran possibly one of the best Pathfinder sessions I think I have ever run. I was very pleased with how it all turned out.
Did you find your path?
The players did. We were using the Eberron campaign setting. They headed off to the continent of Zendrick, and on the way they had a battle with air pirates.
Oh, I've been there. It's a nice place.
Oh yeah.
Air pirates, really?
Oh yeah, because see in Eberron they actually have flying ships.
I would hope so. Otherwise, there's flying pirates, and that's just terrifying.
I know, but in this case, what happens is they like bind air and fire elementals to the vehicles to allow them to fly. So they're on this ship on their way to Zendrick, and they get attacked by pirates, and it's awesome.
Yay! Flying ships. There's plenty of that to come in the future.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know you don't. That's fine.
But yeah,
So,
other than that, work just kind of rolled over me, and well, trying to get back in the swing of things.
well, awesome. Alright, so, Brian, what have you been up to? You've been quiet recently.
Yeah. I've been doing normal Tuesday, Thursday ops that we always do. And we finally cleared Terra from Beyond hard mode.
Right.
Yeah, and so we did that, and we were trying to do it again, but we kind of stumbled. So, and now one of our like we run an 8-man team, and one of our guys, his wife is having a baby on Tuesday, so he's gonna be out for a while. How dare he?
Ugh,
So
Needs to
we're
get priorities in order.
yeah. So
real
we're
life problems.
yeah. So we're gonna take a break from doing progression stuff until he's back, because he'll probably be more stable in a month. But then I'm getting married, and then there's Christmas, and there's my honeymoon, and all sorts of stuff. So, yeah, ops is what I've been doing most lately. So,
Gotcha. No, that sounds like fun. More than what I've been doing. And May, what have you been doing? Impress everyone with how much more you're doing than we are, because
Well, I played Hearthstone a little bit, which was I really liked it.
Yay! Me too.
Yeah, no, and I'm like I played Magic for years and years and years competitively, so like I think it's pretty fun. The interface and like the UI of it is really good. It's really easy. It's way simplified Magic, but it's actually I had a decent time playing. And then I got a new job, so I've been doing that,
Ooh,
which is kind of fun.
congratulations.
Yeah, I have to sleep now, Road. That's why there's sleeping involved in my life.
Oh,
I know it's
baby.
new for me. I have to be
Call
like,
the-
"Up, it's up, it's up in the morning."
Call the wambulance.
I know. I'm the wild child and sleeps till 2 p.m. It's hard for a girl.
Oh, our little tiny violins are playing for you.
Somewhere.
I don't think I've played anything else.
All right, fair enough. Well, as for me, I've been playing a little bit of Secret World, playing a little bit of the Old Republic, a whole lot of Battlefield 4,
Oh,
and
yes.
all the Battlefield 4. Oh my god, that game. And I gotta admit, I'm enjoying the flight in that game. Not trying
Yes.
to pick out any specific feature for any purpose about the show or anything, but okay, maybe I am a little bit. But,
Helicopter
yeah.
flight is really a lot better than 3.
It
And it wasn't
is a
terrible
lot.
in
It was awful for me because I could get the helicopter in the air and then 5 seconds later it would be upside down on the ground. So
Like, I use a wired 360 controller for it, and it's a lot easier than keyboard control.
see, I have one, but I don't use it when I play the game. I tried, and I feel like I'm more sluggish when I'm flying a jet that way than I am with a keyboard.
Wow.
So, but there's that.
Well, there's that.
But anyway, that's what I've been up to. It's not really a whole lot. Lots of work, lots of holiday prep and stuff like that. Lots of shows to do. Lots of shows to do. Oh god.
All the shows.
Yeah, long ones too. But anyway, that's it. So I guess we'll go ahead and get into the contact information and get into the real full amount of news. We've got a big show today, so let's go ahead and get into it.
Really big show.
Yes, we do. So, if you'd like to get a hold of us, you can find us here on the podcast. You're already listening to us right now, so I guess you've succeeded. But anyway, if you can't figure out where we are, you can go to TOROCast.com to read and comment. Hate and subscribe on iTunes, TOROCast.com/feed if you use iTunes. Email us at TOROCast@TOROCast.com or road@TOROCast.com, at TOROCast on the Twitter, and we are part of the Twonkhammer family of podcasts at Twonkhammer.com. You can check out the YouTube at youtube.com/TwonkhammerENT. Don't forget the ENT. That is important. And if you'd like to help out the website, you can do so by going to twonkhammer.com/audible to get your free 30-day trial with one free token, which will get you any book in their catalog. Any
Well,
one.
almost.
Oh, is there
There
one
are
that
some.
you can't?
There are some books that are 2 credits.
Are those like War and Peace or something?
Yeah,
Probably a
actually,
new
they
book.
are like War and Peace.
It's probably new
Um,
books, I think, wouldn't it?
The first Game of Thrones book was 2 credits, as I recall. But I can speak from experience that they are the 2 credit books are generally worth it, and there is still a massive amount of single credit books. And oh my god, I love Audible. I'm going to be going on a trip in January, and my wife and I are looking at books on Audible to listen on the drive.
I've got
Where-
a suggestion for you, actually.
God forbid you talk to each other.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right.
That's how good marriages stay. We're just giving you advice ahead of time.
They
You don't
don't
need
talk
this
to
advice.
each other.
Just don't
Yes.
talk to each other unless you have to. That you
What is your
reserve-
suggestion?
Check out John Dies at the End, which is
Okay.
the first book, and then the second book is I think it's called "This Is a Book of Spiders." Seriously, dude, don't open it.
Yeah, well, that sounds like the most horrible thing ever.
It is actually probably one of the best books I've ever had the pleasure of listening/reading. I gotta be honest with you.
All right,
The author
well, you know,
of both those
people-
books is a guy employed by Cracked.com, and you can pretty much figure out the rest from there.
Well, in that case, I will go to audible.com, and after I sign in, there, because I don't have any credits right now, there I will hit the wonderful Add to Wish List button, so I can remember to get John Dies at the End. Because
Yes.
they have a nice little wish list function too.
Yes, they do.
Add to-
Anyway.
It's added.
We've also got a request from one of our listeners to put this on Stitcher, so I'm gonna talk to Sam about that and see if we can get this to go to Stitcher. So stay tuned for any news on that.
Stitcher? I don't even know her.
Yeah, what's Stitcher?
Stitcher
Google.
is a podcast listening app. It downloads the shows and you can listen to them. And it's also apparently being
nerds.
It is, and it's also apparently being worked into all major Ford models, 2013 and later, I think. 2014 and later.
Cool.
So there's that. Yeah, listen to it while you're driving. That's what I do. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the. I would call it rapid fire, but that's a lie. It's always a lie. I don't even know what that was. But
I'm really terrible at
idea
sound effects, and I wish that I could do. I think it's like a gendered trait.
You need a soundboard.
We have a soundboard. I'm just too lazy to set it up and use it.
Lame.
Yeah.
Very
I want to be
lame.
in charge of the soundboard. That's what I want my job to be. No one should give me that job.
I actually, considering the types of things I like in podcasts, I think then you should have that job, especially if you would abuse it.
Oh, I would abuse it so bad.
Oh,
Russell,
good.
we already
Or so
remember what
good.
happened the last time I had a soundboard. I used
was
it the entire
awesome.
episode.
I know! It was one of my favorite episodes. Even though I was on it.
Yeah, well, we'll look into it in the future.
I want that like wah wah noise. That would be the one I would use.
That would have been perfect for right now, actually.
Yes, it would have.
Wah,
should-
wah, wah, wah.
You just have to do it like the old radios did it, where they actually just had a guy with like a trombone sitting next to him.
That would not end well at all.
Next week, go buy trombone.
Yeah. So you said you wanted a job.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, first up in our news, Bounty Hunter Week is back again for
Yawn.
November 12th through the 19th. And as I already have Legendary, this means absolutely nothing to me.
I'm not even legend though, I don't care.
I
hate to
recently
say it.
paid someone 1 million credits to get my rep up to the point where I could get the Cad Bane hat. That was totally worth it.
Are you serious?
Nice.
She is the 1%.
Oh my god, really? I'm
At least
broke.
I paid him.
I would have been all over that. 1 million credits, yeah!
Yeah.
I
I didn't realize how
horribly poor.
easy it was until it took 2 days to do, and then I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, pretty much. If you've got a lot of alts, you can have it done pretty quick.
But it's just so much work. And it's so grindy. It's all the same stuff.
Yep.
I hate to say I'm kind of with Brian on this. It's I have not. I enjoyed it a little bit, but unless you're the type of person who really enjoys dailies, I don't. It didn't really grab me that much.
Well, I'm not even a person who enjoys dailies. We all know that. I despise dailies more than actually figuring out what I'm doing intentionally in the game. But, you know, I was all over this originally, and I even said the first time we talked about this that, you know, this event is only going to stay relevant as long as they change up the planets and the bosses and everything between events. If they don't do anything to alter it in any way, people are going to do it twice and be done with it. And I'm an example of that. I've done it twice. I'm done with it. So
Yeah,
Then
pretty
you
much.
put new contracts on new planets. And
yeah.
But it's not like that. But it's not like it's any different. It's like you go to that planet and then you're like, oh, I'm doing the same thing I did on every other planet. Like I'm at the point now where just to get the rep, I'm like, well, I'm just going to do everything on Roman Cost because it's easier to get there.
Yeah.
Good
I
stuff.
would have done Hutta because Hutta's a lot easier, but that's the way I did it.
Oh yeah, because
Unless-
it's smaller.
Yeah. And I mean, there's also the the achievements. So you go and get every bounty twice. You capture them or kill them each.
Achievements
I'm
will only
100% of the
motivate someone
achievements.
so far, especially since it's like a lot of it's luck. Like
Yeah, it is.
You-
Trust me.
if you could pick who it was, it'd be one thing. And it's not even like you can reset it to get a different one, but then you have to do whole big chunks of it all over again. And man,
Right.
boo-hoo.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I did. So I'm 100% on the achievements, and I have Legendary, and that's actually the farthest I've ever gone for any one aspect of this entire game. So there's that.
Oh, I'm Road. I'm legendary. I'm awesome, man.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
She paid for the hat. The only reason was for that Cad Bane hat.
I didn't even want that.
Oh, it looked so cool on my operative.
Like, I would love to get the HK customization, but it's like $750,000 credits too, so it's not enough that you got to grind all the rep.
Then you actually have to be rich too, and I'm poor, so that meant nothing to me.
PvE more.
Unless you're Mae, and then you're like running a meth lab in your starship.
I have an in-game brothel, is what it is.
Is that what your relationship with Goodars is? You're pimping him out all the time.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right. Moving on before things get too risky. Too late. So, we have an incoming double EXP weekend, November 27th through December the 1st.
Right
Yay.
over Thanksgiving, so we don't have to spend time with our families. We can just play Star Wars.
Well, they had to do something for the holidays. So
Actually,
there's
you
that.
know, I'm totally fine with this because, you know, when it's something where it's like,
Oh, hey, can I help out with the
kitchen, shut up and play Star Wars.
Okay.
Wow.
Tell us how you really feel. I mean,
This is turning into a pretty raunchy therapy session, I think.
yeah, we're discovering all these issues that Russell has in his relationship. I'm not going to acknowledge whether they're in mine either, but I mean, my wife actually did just finally start playing the Old Republic.
I'm just enjoying being snarky today. What can I say? I'm in a
You had to do
What
something that you're finally back.
What did she
That's
roll?
what you gotta do, man.
and I'm very excited because of a story that will be coming up. But no, I'm actually pretty happy about the double XP weekend because in all seriousness, you know, during the holiday weekend there is downtime where it's like, well, hey, this is the perfect time to do it. So I actually think it's pretty good.
Okay.
It's too bad they don't have that when the expansion comes out.
Yeah, that would make sense. But we'll be getting to that here very soon.
Well,
Sorry.
So,
they actually pointed out you'd be ready for the expansion.
yes.
Even though your level doesn't really matter. Okay.
Also,
Carry on.
Yes. You have to be at least level 10, okay? We'll get to that.
You need a double XP weekend to get there.
So, for those that have checked their email and seen the recent SOTOR Insider, which is where you would find all these news articles that we're already talking about, you might have seen down at the very bottom of the email, there's this little speeder that says, soon coming to the cartel market. Well, it's another cool-looking speeder, and apparently you are the sidekick of what looks to be an HK droid. So,
I'm
not sure
already
how I feel about
happy
that.
because I have the skiff from the Rise of the Cartel one. You know that nice big skiff that you just sort of
You are so
lie back.
behind on mounts. What do you?
I don't care. I love it. It's awesome. I get to sort of Rachel gets to sort of recline back and she throws grapes into her mouth. That's just awesome.
Okay, I want to establish this. The best mount I have is the one you get from Karaga, okay?
Oh, hey, I have that one too.
Yeah, that's the best mount I have. So.
No, tank. The tank
The
is
black-
the best mount is the SAV moon buggy because it blows you up half the time. Not half the time.
I don't even know what
And
that
then
is.
the tank is the second best mount.
I want the tank. Like, whoa.
Of course, I could make the argument that the absolute best mount is the one I got with the collector's edition because I don't have to pay for it every time.
Well, yeah, there's that too.
What about the dewback? Does anyone have the dewback? Isn't it?
I don't have any of the living mounts.
I have the Zeldrake thing that doesn't sell for crap. I mean, comparatively, right? It's not like 20,000, but
You don't
for
even
all
have the
the-
tauntaun.
I have the Tauntaun.
I don't have one of those.
I don't either.
It feels silly being like, I'm an evil Sith Lord, but I'm gonna ride a Tauntaun everywhere.
Oh no, I ride my tauntaun all the time.
I want.
Yeah, you
I don't. I want a Fractal. That's what I want.
Oh, they're
Those
so
things are
noisy.
awesome. I love it. I want one. I want it right now.
Did you guys know I won a contest on Twitter like a while ago? Did I tell you guys about this?
No, this is news to me. Please inform us.
It was like some cloth, like some like craft store or whatever. They like have like cloth and fabric, and they're like, today's whatever contest. Give us your favorite Star Wars quote, and we'll send you like 2 yards of this like Star Wars blueprint fabric. So it's like AT-ATs, ATSTs, TIE bombers, Death Star. It's like blueprint plan fabric for it.
Right.
But so like everyone like is putting in their quotes, and it's all like, "I love you, I know," and "May the Force be with you," and all these like cheesy, stupid Star Wars quotes.
Yeah, of course.
And my quote was, I'll see you in hell, and I won.
That is awesome.
Nice.
So, yeah.
If any quote should win, it would be that one.
Thanks.
So, are you making AT-AT blankets?
I think I do want to make like a big like quilt with one of them because it's like the squares are perfect to like to make like a Star Wars quilt.
I want an AT-AT blanket now.
Yeah,
That would be pretty awesome. We need to see the final result of this when you're done with it.
I will try.
You should.
Kind of want like a skirt.
An AT-AT skirt, that'd be the coolest thing ever. Every
gear.
dude everywhere would be like /swoon.
Like more girls like when I go out wearing like nerdy clothes. Like I have this really great the two that always happen is I have like the exploding TARDIS, the Van Gogh exploding TARDIS shirt, and then I have a Battlestar Galactica sweatshirt, and it's only girls that ever say anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Guys
What?
are probably nerdy guys are probably too like shy.
Maybe.
Courtney Woods has like this Darth Vader dress. It's like this
Her-
little dress.
Yeah, the Her Universe one. I
Oh,
almost
yeah.
bought that. There's a Rogue Squadron one too, where it's like an orange skirt and a white shirt, and it says like
That's awesome.
Rogue Squadron, and I like want it so bad.
If I was a
You
girl,
know-
I'd wear it.
I seen a guy yesterday pull out an N7 wallet, a Mass Effect wallet yesterday in the line
They
in front
make
of me.
those?
Yes, they do.
Wow.
Nerd gear is like nerd wear is like a thing now.
It is.
Like it's
And-
it's so hip to be a nerd. It's kind of annoying.
And he's seen me looking at it. He turns around, looks at me, just like the brief thing, and without missing a beat, I looked at him and went, Shepard?
Did he go Rex?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, that's exactly how our conversation went. Then it was all laughs, and he walked off, and I went through the line, and the awkward nerd experience in the grocery store was over. But, yeah, anyway, let's go back on target. Stay on target!
Sorry.
That is a perfect episode. I don't care. That is a perfect name.
Pasta Brew.
Exactly. We need to, well, if anyone's been following me on Twitter recently, they were in the response to one of Brian's buddies. But, yeah. So, let's go ahead and get a little more into that. So, if you somehow missed the news, I don't know how you could have possibly missed this. All the big websites, it's even on StarWars.com right now. Galactic Starfighter's Domination trailer has been released. And yes, we've talked a little bit about the Galactic Starfighter in our previous hard mode episode. It was just kind of referred to and then moved on. But now we've got a new, very brief trailer which shows that there are, well, other places aside from outer space that you can go around and blast things. McKeb's uses are not yet done, apparently. I think it's McKeb. It looks like McKeb. But yeah.
No, it's Kuat.
Kuat?
Yeah, it's
Whatever.
Kuat. Yeah,
It's
and
got
it is
mining
pretty
droids
awesome.
and maces, or mining platforms and maces. That looks like McKib to me, but I don't care.
The two maps that are in at launch, one is in space above Kuat.
Uh-huh.
The other is in the atmosphere above Kuat.
Oh.
So
I mean,
and then
that article that has the two maps printed on it that I probably should have completely read instead of made brash assumptions about.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
we found out at the community cantina this past week that in February they're gonna launch a new flashpoint that takes place on Kuat. Are you seeing
Oh, neat.
a theme here?
That there's
Yes.
this place called Kuat, and we're going to be doing things there with
For-
other people.
For those who aren't overly lore nerdy, Kuat is the home of Kuat Drive Yards, who are major starship contractors, especially for the Empire.
Very much so. I think
Who's
they
that
built
one?
the early Star Destroyers. I
They
wanna
did.
say.
At least it's not more Zerka. I'm getting tired of Zerka.
Yeah. Or
Zerka
Rakata.
this, Zerka that. Zerka leveling or daily area that I've only done once. Then I hit 55 and left. Didn't even finish it. I was like, oh, I'm 55, done. Haven't gone back since.
My arena's team name is Team Zerka
Of course it is.
because we have crates.
Okay, fair enough.
Touche.
Oh. Yes. Okay, so we also have a 2-year anniversary Scout paint job coming your way. So if you were a subscriber and you're getting access to the early access, there we go, access to the early access. I know what I'm doing, I promise. No, I don't.
Right
On
now.
December 3rd, you will also get your hands on the YR02 Imperial and Scout paint jobs. Are they both YR02?
Sure.
There's not like some kind of prefix for each of them individually.
Hey, why not?
And even then, they're scouts. Who's actually going to use a scout? I'm not.
Hippies.
But I guess, yeah. But you're faster. I don't care. Okay, so I guess that that is the news for now. So I guess it would be. Oh wait, no, there is more, isn't there? Russell,
Yes, there is.
You wanted to talk
There's
about
stuff got added.
Yeah, there's that. There's the Austin Community Cantina. There's also the other thing on there that I almost forgot, which, in my personal opinion, is the most popular thing coming out right now. But anyway, with the news of the Galactic Starfighter, that is going to be our meat and potatoes for this episode. But we still have a little bit more to go. So stay tuned.
We do.
Russell, you go ahead and hit the Austin Cantina stuff first.
Well, the most important thing is I'm getting my nerd card back.
We'll see.
Yeah, I am.
We'll see. You might sleep in and forget again, and
No,
I'd have
because
to bury it.
it's in the evening. I'll hit it after work, and I actually know exactly where this place is. It's on the way home from work.
You might see. Here's the thing: you might be driving home, or on the bus home, or whatever it is you do in Austin. I don't know. And you're going to be in your mindset of, I'm on my way home. This is the route I take to go home. And you're going to drive right on by, not even think about it, go home, realize you're a little bit excessively tired that day, decide you're not going to do Pathfinder or play the Old Republic. You're going to curl up in bed, fall asleep, wake up the next morning and go, damn it! Hashtag.
It does sound like something I would do, but no, because on the way home, there's this particular place, like, huge frickin' sign. This is a place in the mall in Austin, in one of the Austin malls, the one called the Domain. It's the Blackfin Ameripub, or as I like to call it, much to my wife's annoyance because I start giggling uncontrollably, Ameripub Drinks Express. Sorry,
I don't get it.
Because
American
it's
Express.
Ameripub. Yes. Never mind. It doesn't matter. I don't.
You're
it's not even-
Way
bad.
over all of our heads.
It doesn't. I don't know why it's funny. Anyway.
I caught it, but yeah.
Oh, I agree. It's lame. But anyway, Blackfin Ameripub. It's and it's from 8 to 11. It's in the Domain. If you're in Austin, you know exactly where that is. It is going to be freaking awesome. I will be there, and you will be able to find me because I will be wearing my City of Villains, take a drink,
Of
T-shirt.
course you will.
I will. I wore it to the last Cantina.
Here's what you need to do.
Here's
You're
what
gonna
you
wear
need
that
to-
shirt. You need to get some duct tape. Put it on the bottom of the shirt underneath whatever logo's there, and write really poorly in black marker,
Drink.
take a drink. You
Don't-
need to do this, and I need to see pictures. This needs to be a thing.
I will see what I can do.
You will do it.
You can visit. One of my guildmates lives in Austin. He'll be there. You can hang out with him.
Oh, cool.
There you go. See?
He's one of my favorite people in the universe. So I vouch for him.
Okay.
Wait, which one is it?
Dirta.
Oh, it is Dirta? Okay, cool.
At Dirta on Twitter.
Dirta. I love
Yeah,
the
I
name.
think I want to. I already talked to somebody on Twitter, and I think he was one. And oh no, wait, there's someone else who's in Grievance who I will see. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, cool. All right, so
Um,
you three need to get together and assault every dev there until they give you answers about whatever comes to the top of your head.
Yeah, and say it's because
We'll
you're a
ask about
subscriber.
the-
You can do that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know exactly what we'll ask about. We'll ask about the super secret space project. Did you
Yeah.
hear anything about that?
If the question, will there be guild ships, does not come up, I will be extremely disappointed in you.
No, because Musco does that caveat at the beginning now. That
Oh, that's right, he does.
you can't ask us about basically anything that sounds really cool that you really want in the game. Like that's,
Then what
That's
the
what
hell's the point of it?
I don't know.
Free drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, that
PR.
is true, and that is enough of a reason, especially since Blackfin Ameripub has a very large selection of beer and wine.
Well, I would hope so.
It does. I
With
know.
it being a watering hole and
Yes.
all.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of like a BJ's Brew House if you're familiar with it, only not as good. But it's pretty decent. And yes, as I had mentioned previously, this means I get my nerd card back because I had missed the first Austin Community Cantina, and Rode took away my nerd card, and I said, aha, well, I will just go attend 2 community cantinas in Texas to get it back. This is my second one because I did the one in Las Colinas earlier this year.
Well,
I'm happy.
he showed you.
I did.
Nah.
Meh.
I'll let you believe what you want to believe. That's the perks of being the first chair. I just let you believe what you want to believe.
What is this, like
Keeps
high school
everyone
band
happy.
again?
That's
much.
what I thought too. It's like first chair. What?
That's it. First chair. I am the musical road. I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyway, so anything else on that?
Either. No, I think that's about it. Hey, I hope to see you there. Because the
won't
coolest
see me.
part of this for me is like seeing everyone else who plays this game. I absolutely love that.
And convincing them all to come play on Jedi Covenant.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So last up in our little news feed rapid fire thing, which is not rapid whatsoever, there have been some rumors floating around recently about the rat ghouls coming back, and then we were massively disappointed when they didn't, when we had assumed they would. However, on the PTS, if you guys have not logged on there, you need to do so, because that's where you can also participate in the Galactic Starfighter. We'll get into more of that. But there is also the Life Day Tauntaun that you can check out inside the collections,
So
which...
I like it better than the snowblower from last year.
You know what? I
No
actually
doubt.
like the snowblower better.
You are wrong. Your opinion is wrong.
Unless
Whatever,
this
I love my
Tauntaun can shoot
snowblower.
laser beams out of its nose.
Out of its butt. That would be even better.
It's
would
not
be.
William Wallace, the Tauntaun. Even then, that would be Force Lightning. Yeah. So anyway, there's that. And then there's also some achievements for, well, the Rat Ghoul Resurgence.
Hooray!
The one that was
Yeah.
supposed to happen around Halloween.
Yeah. That one. So there's lots of...
What a missed opportunity, too. Like, it's Halloween. Zombies. You always need zombies on Halloween.
I know, right?
Well, are they really zombies, or are they more like
Who cares?
extremely contagious werewolves? Space werewolves.
That you're just supporting our case, Road.
Yeah,
You're just
that's-
supporting the case.
You're splitting hairs here on that, man.
You know,
Werewolves have a
I-
lot of hairs to split, okay?
Yeah,
You
they
know.
really are.
Extremely contagious space werewolves, I think, is the best, most apt description of the
Space werewolves. That aren't really werewolves.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they are. And they all become feral, that's why they never change back.
Will Ferrell?
Except for when they become neck ghouls.
Will Ferrell?
Okay, let's stay away from that. But anyway,
Hey,
there
Anchorman
are
just comes out
achievements...
on
What?
December 20th.
Ugh,
It does.
yeah. It's all for the 2-year anniversary. So, there are achievements for PvP, PvE, and pet-related stuff. And there's also, in the Operations tab, or I believe it's the Operations section of the achievements, there is also listed the name of the epic enemy for Story Mode and Hard Mode, the Eyeless, which has a little picture in the background that shows what looks like a giant blind rat ghoul.
That would
Has
make
no
sense.
Yes.
If it's eyeless.
It has
It
no
would.
eyes, or eye. It is without eyes. It is eyeless. But
so,
anyway,
so it doesn't use the first-person pronoun
I guess.
because it's eyeless.
Wah, 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 wah.
I told you I was in a mood today.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
you
you
didn't
are.
believe. You chose not to believe me. I gave you the option of saying of not having me on.
Well, there's
We've missed
that.
you, though.
We have.
I know
need
you've
to
missed me.
show up more.
Just reload and keep firing.
Trust me, that has crossed my mind. So, that's the news. Let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes, so we can discuss Galactic. Thank you for that. Galactic Starfighter, which is live on the PTS. If you are not on the PTS, you're doing it wrong. You need to get it done now, and make sure that this is tested into the ground or into an asteroid, as it would be is it in space, unless of course you're fighting above the planet, which you could then test into the ground, I suppose.
So you can identify all sorts of bugs and notify BioWare about them, and then they still make it into live.
I didn't want to say it, but I figured you would, so I was just going to leave it there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, exactly. We need to have it tested so that everyone can go on there and complain about what made it in rather than what hasn't made it in, such as PvE content. As I saw on the PTS today, there was, of all the people on the fleet, there was one guy complaining about how there's a lack of PvE and that he's a subscriber and he deserves more and yada yada yada. Same complaints as always. So here you go.
Yeah, because see that, like we were saying, get on the test server, because as we know, as we discussed, bitching is part of the is one of the perks of being a subscriber.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I mean, it's a valid point. I think that as a subscriber, I have the right to bitch, whereas some free-to-play guy, you don't get to complain.
I mean, I can agree with that, but this was also part of a discussion on how he had wished that instead of, them wasting resources over at BioWare and EA to bring this space game into the Old Republic, they should have just made it its own separate game and just not done anything for the Old Republic whatsoever.
How does that make any sense? I don't...
Well, it was a very convoluted conversation from start to finish, and
sounds like it.
It ended with a guy telling me personally to go. I'm not going to bleat myself, but you can understand where the rest of this conversation's going. So it was
disturbing relationship with your mother.
Not quite, but close.
Okay.
So it was a very civil conversation overall, and that's why I thought I'd bring it up, because I thought it was absolutely hysterical that there are people still complaining about what is to be free content. So, I mean, whatever. First world problems. That's essentially where this conversation is going.
There are people who would complain over being hung with a new rope.
There certainly are, and most of them live in Texas.
They are.
See? There you go.
That was racist against Texans.
Yeah?
I live in...
Is it locationist?
Yeah.
I live in Texas. I can't say it's not somewhat valid.
Exactly. So... Anyway, let's go ahead and look a little more. I don't know, have you guys had any time to test things on the PTS at all?
A whole boatload about, yeah.
Yes.
I have.
Okay.
A little bit.
I've gone up, ate poop.
I've been able to play the Starfighter a little bit, not much.
Okay.
I played it crazy when we were in our super secret beta.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about.
Can we say that we were in a super secret beta?
The NDA has been dropped, so yes.
Okay, yeah, that's when I played it.
So we have had a little bit of time, to put it lightly, to get into playing the game, or playing Galactic Space Fighter. Before we start going into what's going to be available and stuff like that, what is your guys' general opinion on how it is at present? Whoever wants to start this off, go ahead. Just kick it off. I'll have you all stumble on each other.
I think it's good. I think it's a really... I don't think it's going to be where everybody wants it to be, but I think it's a really good first step. It's a huge new game system, and I think there's a lot of... I hate to say this, but there's a lot of potential for it that I hope that they realize. But yeah, it's... I was really surprised by it, so...
Okay. Mae, what about you?
I was really terrible at it. But I mean, I think if you were good at those type of games, I enjoyed playing it, even though I was terrible and I had no idea what I was doing. I had a lot of fun. It's not something that I think I'm going to play. I'm not going to go out of my way, I think, to play it. But then I don't go out of my way to do dailies, and I pay people to get rep for me. So it's not geared toward the me type player. But I mean, it was fun. I don't hate on it. I'm not mad that they didn't drop a new op or something.
You don't see it as a new bunch of PvP stuff for you to do. You don't see it as that.
I honestly think it is. I think it's a whole new aspect of the game that people it's going to keep some people around because it's fun. I know a lot of people in my guild who played a lot of it and have their ships already all super elite and BIS or whatever, and they have a lot of fun. But I don't know. I don't really. It is PvP. It's a different type of PvP. I don't know if it's going to save PvP. I don't think by any means that's going to happen.
Okay. Russell, you did get a little bit of time with it, so...
A little bit. Most of my time was actually when it was still in the secret beta portion. And I do have to say, I am glad that they've kind of put in this. I know it's a minimal tutorial, but I had played it when it first hit before there was a tutorial, and it's sort of like, what the heck am I supposed to do? I don't get this, and I was so frustrated. But I tried a couple more times, and I have to say, it I thought it was very intriguing. I did enjoy it. I still kind of wish I could have used the joystick on it, but you kind of get used to the mouse and keyboard, and it's well, once you get used to the keys, it's not it's pretty good. I really I did enjoy it.
I really think that having a
even
joystick
though
would really help with this. To be honest with you.
No,
Yeah.
they said I read that they weren't. There's going to be no compatibility for like those type of peripherals.
Yeah.
There are roundabout ways to get it done.
Yeah, like because of the way that there's that dead zone in the middle for your mouse to aim. I don't think a joystick would work. Yeah, I don't think
Right.
it would be that great.
But it did have a lot of trying to get used to figuring out, okay, now where is this guy I'm trying to attack, or this guy who's attacking me? It really forces you to start thinking about it, because like May had said, I was not very good at it either, but I still enjoyed it. I think it's got I do agree, it's got a lot of potential. I want to see where they take it.
Right.
That's what I got.
In my opinion, this is probably one of the. I'm not like trying to sugarcoat things whatsoever. This is probably one of the best things they've decided to add to the game, and it's not just from those of us who have been in or about the community since pre-launch that have been demanding something like this be put in the game, and we're finally getting it. It's not even just the initial shock value of finally getting an idea of what the super secret space project is, what it's going to entail, or much less getting your hands on it. But this really is something that I have found to be extremely fun to play. I really enjoyed it, and honestly, even during like the initial testing phases that I was a part of, it seemed like it was really solidly set up.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that it's finally to a stage where people can actually get their hands on it, even though it's not in the live game yet. It is on the PTS, so you guys can go out and test it. And if you're not doing so, you are missing out on something freaking awesome. And that's just putting it lightly. So, now that we've got our general impressions out of the way, let's go ahead and actually start, looking into a little more of what we're going to see in it. And this is all stuff that you guys can check out if you're on the PTS right now. The first point, and this is, leaning more toward what Russell was saying, there is a tutorial on there, which, is an awesome thing to add on there, because you don't want to just fling people into this system and have absolutely no idea what they're doing.
It's incredibly frustrating.
A chance to go through, explain it to them, and honestly, this is something that should have been expected to begin with. But you need to have an area, just like if you're playing Battlefield 4, they've got a tutorial area set up so you can test out the ships and everything else in that game. This is something that is absolutely mandatory, rather than getting into a game getting incredibly frustrated because everyone's blowing you out of the sky and you have no idea what the controls are or what the different buttons do, or really what the buttons are, for that matter. I mean, there are still some people who, from what I saw on the PTS today, didn't realize that you can boost, so they were just going around at normal speed the entire time and getting blown out of the air because of it. Next, we've got the two different types of requisition, which are the points that you're going to accrue when playing that you'll use to buy modifications, upgrades, unlock different crew members. Could be, I guess, depending on what crew member you have, will depend on what abilities and passives and so on like that you will also have. First off, there's ship requisition, which we use to modify and upgrade currently selected ships only, or you can convert it into fleet requisitions, which you can use on other ships. And as stated, fleet requisition you can use to modify and upgrade any ship in your hangar, or you can unlock other ships and crew members which you can use. And crew members, there are some that are specific to the Galactic Starfighter, which are just random people they've instituted in there. But you also have some of your companions which can fill the roles of the different crew positions. You've got the different types of ships, which your types are the strike fighter, the scout, and the gunship. And despite what some people have been, chanting and rooting for in the PTS, your ship that you own as your house, or however you want to explain it, your transport between the different planets, is not a playable ship in the Galactic Starfighter.
Right.
It would be nice, and maybe that's something that'll come down the road, but at present, what you have for strike fighters is the Ricer and the Quell something, for the Empire, and the Starguard and the Pike for the Republic.
The Ricer?
The Ricer.
So you can use it to make,
R-Y-C-E-R.
so you can use it to make mashed potatoes?
No, it's got neon lights on the bottom. Was
Oh,
that racist?
okay. It's not a rice rocket.
Okay.
But, yeah. So the strike fighters they're slower than the scout, but they have more firepower. They've got lock-on rockets. I guess you could call it like the medium stage ship. It's got decent agility and overall, but compared to the scout fighter, not nearly as maneuverable overall. And speaking of the scouts are the fast and agile ship. They also takes a lot less to blow them up, but the challenge is in hitting them. For the Empire, you have the Black Bolt and the Sting, and for the Republic, you have the Nova Dive, which I don't understand why they had Nova Dive as one word, and you have two capitals in there, but I'm just going to go ahead and leave it for now. And the Flash Fire. I believe, these are the ships that you commonly blow apart in the PvE style space combat, right? I think so.
Yes.
Yes.
The Scouts.
Those little trash ships that you blow to pieces over and over and over again, that's those. And then finally, you have the gunship, which, as I have dubbed it, the sniper ship, because that's all people ever do. Sit and wait until someone comes in range, and then blow them out of the sky, or space. Turn them into debris. How about that?
We also have bombers, too.
The what?
Bombers. But those aren't coming till February.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going with what was on the PTS for now. I want to actually pilot the bombers. I'm really looking forward to those. But anyway, for the Empire, you have the Mangler, and for the Republic, you have the Quarrel. They couldn't think of anything cooler than the Quarrel. You've got Mangler, which sounds awesome and very adequate, and you've got the Quarrel, because the Republic has a quarrel with you.
Hey, that's a good one.
That's how it's spelt. So, there's that. Going into the components. Each component can be upgraded or switched out, and these, for the major components, these include your primary weapons, which, depending on which ship you have, you could have, I think, up to 2 different primary weapons. I believe that's what they have for the strike fighters. Mm-hmm. And then you've got your secondary weapons, your systems, your shields, and your engines. So all the things...
The 2 variants of the strike fighter. The first one lets you have 2 primary weapons, and the second one lets you have 2 secondary weapons.
Oh, okay. So
that's
I haven't
the
looked
main
at the
difference
second one
between
yet.
the 2 of them. Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay. And then for your minor components, you have your... And again, this is dependent on which ship you have, because from looking at these, different ships had different minor components. You've got your armor, capacitor, sensors, thrusters, magazine, and reactors, which each you can change to have different effects. Each of your different components also can, as I said, have like a tree that you can upgrade, and I've not really looked into it. So, Brian, you know how that works?
Yeah. So there's little kind of like talent trees for each one of the components, but there's not a lot of choice. So like the first couple choices that you get, you buy all with ship requisition, and it's mainly just like basic flat upgrades, like increase blaster power by 5% or whatever. And then once you go through a couple of those, then it splits off, and then it's basically just kind of flavor for you. Like for blasters, like the 2 choices end up being increases damage to shields by X% or increases damage to hull by 5%. So if you're looking to balance your weapons out of a lot of power to where damage to shields or damage to hull, you can kind of customize that. But it's not like you're super customizing it to be completely crazy. Most ships are going to be about the same because I think they want to keep the balance in check.
Yeah, and that's definitely going to be a big thing, is your balance. Of course, yeah, you could have half your people set up with Ion to take out shields, and the other half go through whatever it is that takes out hull better. Of course, even then, 5% one direction or the other is not really a big deal, but at least there's some variability to it, so that's good.
Yep.
All right, there are some cosmetic options, which so far from what's on the PTS is extremely limited, but hopefully they'll expand on this shortly thereafter. And of course, as we stated earlier in the show, for the 2-year anniversary, there also is different paint jobs.
There's also a whole tab in the cartel market that says Starfighter too.
Yeah, which, yeah.
How can you have any, of course with this game, they're going to have a bunch of cosmetic options.
Right.
It's like the reskin champ.
And then really that's all the paint jobs have looked like so far, is just very, and you see this in the video they released. The paint jobs really don't vary all that much. No. But aside from paint jobs, you've got laser colors, which, just like a color crystal, makes your laser blast a different color. Woo! And what is titled as the barrel roll colors. Which,
I want rainbow barrel rolls.
That's different depending on what you have in the engine slot on your ship. Right. So it can be what color your barrel roll trails are, what color your engine trails are, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was going to get to, but I just thought it was funny they actually called it barrel roll colors. No, you're fine. I couldn't help it, because looking at a game where, everyone comments that the on-rail shooter is basically Star Fox, and you've got something actually called barrel roll colors, it can't be ignored.
But that actually may be intentional.
Probably.
Could be.
But they're not supposed to be making pop references to anything outside of Star Wars. Oh, wait, they do that anyway. Never mind.
Yeah, they do. We saw Night at the Roxbury on Hutta.
You've got Lionel Richie on Alderaan.
Really?
How did I miss that?
Okay,
where?
Just a little off topic, but when you're doing the +10 Datacron run, you've got to go to Alderaan to buy that part. It's I believe it's the magnetic gun that's on Alderaan.
Right.
Look at the guy's name. It's Lionel Richie. You can look it up, verify it. It's true.
Oh, I trust you.
They've also got a on Terrace for the Empire side, and the final area of Terrace, there is a little off a ways from the final door that you go into. There is a mini boss that's over, a champion that's over there, and I believe, if I remember right, the way it's spelt sounds Irish beer man. I have screenshots of this. He probably is. He's also a Sentinel, so.
Is he a ginger?
No, it is a Nautilin, actually. Yeah.
Are you a Nautilin?
I'm not a Nautilin.
A little bit.
I'm naughty, just not a Nautilin. Anyway.
God, I was going to make a funny joke. God damn you, Road. Stole it.
It's what I do. Oh, so anyway.
That and you live on our hate.
A little bit.
Can I request sparkle powder cannons for my ship? And
that would be awesome.
Yeah, if you shoot sparkle powder on another ship, or some sort of that'd be cool.
I want to shoot rainbows.
Yeah, I want rainbow barrel rolls
for
barrel it's a rainbow.
Oh, that would be. You leave trails of rainbows behind with your engine trail.
Or if they do dye slots for your ship, like a paint slot.
That would be nice, paint. But I don't know. I would like it if I just go in and color my entire ship hot pink. They'd never see me coming.
They wouldn't.
No.
Actually,
so anyway.
Funny enough, that happened. I had my players do that in a Star Wars game I ran a long time back, and they called their ship Space Tiger.
Yeah.
They managed to capture a Star Destroyer. Yeah, don't ask. And they painted it pink.
Didn't something like that actually happen in the EU? That captured one that painted it red?
Yeah, he painted it red, though. It was a big red Star Destroyer. It was, what's his name?
And that would have been much later.
It's Tim, the Star Destroyer captain.
No, it was not.
Oh.
It's the smuggler guy that turned Booster. It's Booster, is who it is.
Booster boosted someone's Star Destroyer and painted it red.
You know who would know?
I don't know.
Wikipedia would
Booster
know.
Tarek, is that his name? Now I have to look.
We're doing it live, folks.
We really should stay on target.
We we should. I appropriately named this episode because it is something we're not good at, is staying on target.
Touche.
That's
Exactly.
why people listen to us, right?
Exactly. Yes, that's what they're here for. Anyway, while she's looking that up, we're going to go ahead and move on to the crew section.
Ooh,
Booster Tarek got a Star
Booster-
Destroyer, painted it red, made it like a casino. That's what happened.
That's awesome. I support this. Okay. So, there are 5 different types of slots for your crew members. There's the co-pilot, offensive, defensive, tactical, and engineering. Each one of the different selections of your crew members for said slots provides different actives or passives. The active only really applies if it is your co-pilot, and the co-pilot selection is based off of which of your offensive, defensive, tactical, and engineering crew members are selected at that time. So, there's that. I didn't know about the co-pilot thing until today. I'm not gonna lie. I was looking through it today and I went, oh, that's how it works. Because I was trying to figure out how to get the actual the active to work in the game. I figured it out. Still had no idea what it did though. But that's because I didn't read it.
It's weird how all that works. How you have to, because you have to pick like who goes in what slot, and then you have to pick out of those 4 which one's your co-pilot. And
Exactly. See, what I was looking at originally is I picked Torian as my defensive slot, I think, and then I seen Torian again on co-pilot, and I'm like, I wonder if he can do 2 roles at once. And then it dawned on me when I was looking at it, because I switched Torian out of defensive afterward, and he disappeared from my co-pilot section. Reading is fun.
And then you were really sad.
Not really. I'm not a big Torian fan to begin with. He was just the one that was available. So, yeah.
You were sad.
I'm also kind of upset that if you don't have 10,000 or maxed out affection, that you just or automatically unlocks them. I think that'd be cool too. But anyway, so really that's what you can find just to begin with when you go through your selection for the Galactic Space Fighter. You should go to PTS and check it out. Is there anything really important that I've missed out of that? So I pretty much just listed what's available.
You can edit your UI for it. I know a lot of people don't know about that, and they complain away about the way the UI is set up. You can go in, just like there's presets for everything else. Like you can go in and there's a Galactic Starfighter one that you can go in and edit, which I strongly suggest you do. Like especially moving your shield indicators and your energy indicators and stuff like that closer to the middle of the screen, so you're not looking all over in split-second things. That's why they do that in jet fighters on a HUD, and they put all the information right in front of their face, so you don't have to look all around to find it.
I did not know that. I'm one of them, and that's the thing though, is I didn't actually have a problem with the way the UI was set up initially.
I did. I hated it initially. I'm glad that they put something in so you can change it. Yeah, I hate having to look everywhere. Like that's really annoying to me.
So there you go.
I don't make efficient use of my UI in the normal game, so maybe that's why it didn't bother me. You should see the way I have it set up. It's not very different from the normal. So yeah.
I was gonna say you're somebody who uses a mouse, aren't you?
I'm not a clicker most of the time.
You're a clicker.
I'm not a keyboard turner either. So there's that.
You are. You're a clicker.
I'm not. You don't know me.
Pedaling keyboard turning clicker.
Clicker. I don't even know her.
Okay, so do we have anything else to really cover on this at present? I mean, we put our
Delphi
impressions
has some
in there.
great guides from what I'm seeing.
Apparently, there are some guides over with Dolphy.
Yes.
So
I'm looking at them right now. As per usual, very complete.
Yeah. There's that. All right, so yeah, that just took the wind out of my sails.
What?
Or I guess the power out of my engine converter. I don't know. How does
What?
this work? Yes.
I'm just saying. What's your problem?
You're my problem.
You
Okay.
make it, but I'm your
Hug it out.
problem.
Everybody hug it out.
All right. So, if you guys don't have anything else to add to that, we're gonna go ahead and start moving toward the closing because this is actually running a little longer than I intended, but it's still about an hour show, so that's fine.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
Sure.
Okay.
Go play it. It's fun. It's
I mean,
everyone should play it. I don't know why anyone hasn't. If you haven't, you should.
And if you love it, don't complain that you're getting it for free. How about that?
And if you like it, you better put a ring on it.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, all these pop references. Let's move away from this.
Okay, then how about
rapidly.
this? If you like it, you better, force choke it.
That doesn't sound any better at all. That sounds
No,
awful.
Next week's
can go with that.
episode of TOROCast, Star Wars pickup lines.
We can go with that. Yeah.
See, I was going like, from the end of, Revenge of the Sith, where, he does that to Padme, and, Shut up!
Okay. So, moving into the closing of our show. Give a call out to our commenter from the last episode, which was Rock, and also May. So, Rock and May.
Hooray!
Going to our Toro shoutouts. Let me pull up the Twitter here. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So, first off, we have a shout out from some guy named Russell at Con265. Apparently, I am a poopy head. I don't know why I bothered reading that off, but there it is. We have from Azros at Azros. Toro shout out, first bitch problems, and goddamn. I should probably censor that, but we'll find out if I actually do. And the most disappointing of all of them from someone named Maybe Alyssa at Maybe Buzz. Extremely contagious space werewolves, Team Jacob, hashtag.
I like it. This is going places.
It should have been Darth Jacob.
Oh, damn, that's better.
It is Team Darth Jacob. Okay. Let's go away from that now because this is becoming very frightening. We've had many references, and including one about Twilight, which means show over. So, if you're not too disappointed in us, you can go ahead and contact us by going to TOROCast.com, or if you are, you can comment about how, disappointed you are. Hate and subscribe on iTunes. I'm sure there's much hate now. TOROCast.com/feed if you don't use iTunes, I can speak. Email us at TOROCast@TOROCast.com or Russell@TOROCast.com. That's right.
Yes! Woo!
At TOROCast on the Twitter. We are part of the Twonkhammer family of podcasts at Twonkhammer.com. And you can check out the YouTube at youtube.com/TwonkhammerENT. Don't forget to help us out by going to Twonkhammer.com/audible to get your free 30-day trial. Listen to those books we mentioned at the top of the show. If you don't do it, you're missing out, and you have no one but yourself to blame. All in one breath. Wow.
That was impressive.
I try. Sometimes. Not very often, though. Alright, going into our contact information for our... Oh, wait, no, that's not what we're doing. We need to talk about the other podcast. That's right. I know what I'm doing. No, I don't.
Podcast on the internet. What are you talking about?
It should be. If you were looking forward to this week's The Band Hammer, we did not record one today. Sam was feeling ill, and I figured, heck, let's just go ahead and get TOROCast done early today. So there's that. Tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, you can check us out with Cleanse, Purge, Kill, Twonkhammer Entertainment's Warhammer 40k, The Eternal Crusade podcast. Or you can listen in on Wednesday. Same Twitch channel, same Twonkhammer network. To TSOcast, Twonkhammer Entertainment's Elder Scrolls Online podcast, which is also led by me. That's a terrifying thought, isn't it? Yes, it is, folks. So there's that. Or you can check us out for Hard Mode Episode 8 next Sunday, roughly around the same time that we're recording right now. So there's that.
And I'm not joking when I say TOROCast Hard Mode is probably my favorite Star Wars Old Republic podcast. It really is. I like it
because you're not on it.
Actually, that does help. I don't like listening to myself, and yet I listen to every single episode I'm on.
I listen to every episode we do, so there's that. So there's that. Let's go into our contact information for each of the people present here today. May, you can start us off.
You can follow me on Twitter at @maybebuzz, or follow me on Twitch for random in the middle of the night streaming at twitch.tv/maybebuzz.
Is it the middle of the night or like early morning? Because now you have to sleep. So
I don't know. On the weekends, it's like middle of the night, but I don't even.